Anatomy of a Difficult Conversation. In this video, you will explore issues that add to the complexity of difficult conversations. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe key issues that underlie difficult conversations and discuss techniques for moving from delivering a message to embracing an inquisitive learning stance. Difficult Conversations, How to Discuss What Matters Most, is a book that I highly recommend reading. The authors, Doug Stone, Bruce Patton, and Sheila Heen, maintain that there are three underlying issues in difficult conversations. First, the person's interpretation or perception of what happened, the person's feelings, and perceived threats to self-identity. Our job is to decode these underlying stories. Let's examine each of these mini stories in a little more detail. Both parties will undoubtedly have different interpretations of what happened. And that is compounded when there's an assignment of blame and an assumption of intent. Difficult conversations will be formed because each person has a unique set of beliefs, attitudes, perceptions, concerns, and cognitive processes. The data input set is different, as focus is dissimilar. Moreover, information is filtered differently. Selective recall is based on what the person perceived to be most important. These differences in perception and cognitive process create complications as assignment of blame and assumptions regarding intent are formed. Obviously, any conversation in which the participant believes that their point of view is the correct one, while the other person's view is wrong, will be confrontational. Feelings are a key factor in any difficult conversation. This includes what the person feels about himself or herself, the other person, and the situation. Emotion is a natural response in the human body that occurs at the subconscious level. Consider early humans who lived in the outdoor environment, where physical challenges threaten survival. Chemical releases of adrenaline immediately alerted the body to danger and stimulated that fight or flight reflex. Feelings result from the interaction of cognition and emotion. Dr. Antonio Damasio describes feelings as mental experiences of body states, which arrive as the brain interprets emotions themselves physical states arising from the body's response to external stimuli. Because cognition is involved in the process, identical stimulus doesn't create the same feeling in each person. That's because emotion is interpreted based on a different set of past experiences. One person may feel satisfaction, while another may feel disappointed with the same set of feedback. One person might be fearful, while another person may feel threatened. The authors of the book emphasize that nothing will be resolved until feelings are addressed. The bad feelings will be there in the background, eroding resolution of the conflict. Unexpressed emotions block one's ability to listen and they cloud judgment. We need to decode the meaning because feelings point to the underlying issue. Watch for the nonverbal cues because many people are taught to refrain from verbally expressing their feelings. The story we tell ourselves about ourselves becomes our reality. When feedback threatens that self-image, there's cognitive dissonance. Our image of self-esteem and self-efficacy is shaken, and that negatively affects our sense of well-being. In short, the survival of a self-image is being challenged. The threat to our self-story is complicated by all or nothing thinking. For example, feedback about quality of overall work doesn't imply incompetence. However, that's exactly what might be received by the perfectionist. A financial planner's suggestion to modify discretionary spending might be heard as criticism of lifestyle or parenting style. The image of self is complex as it integrates numerous factors. Perhaps the core message from the authors when discussing matters that matter the most is to transition from delivering a message mentality towards a learning stance. Rather than entering into the discussion knowing that you're right, making firm assumptions about intent, and assigning complete blame to another person, the suggestion is to enter into the difficult conversation with a sense of curiosity. Seek to understand the story from both sides. Clarify what you do know, including your feelings and how the issue impacts your sense of self. Furthermore, acknowledge that your side of the story reflects your perceptions, information, and self-interest, which may create an incomplete picture. Seek to learn more about what you don't know, including the other person's perspective, their feelings, and their sense of self-worth. In this lesson, you learn 3 key issues that need to be understood when engaged in difficult conversations, as described by Douglas Stone and colleagues in their book, Difficult Conversations. They were differences regarding what happened, underlying emotions, and threats to one's self-image.